So I said to the group, I said, when Shane gets here, let's just go to the Black Forge Inn, and let's just do that and call it a night. We'll go over there, we'll have a drink or two, we'll say we were there, and then we'll call it a night. And you guys are like, yeah, let's just go. I mean, really randomly, we just decided to leave. So we were going to hit a couple other bars and hit that at the end of the night.
And it was like a 20-minute cab ride.
20-minute cab ride.
But also, let's not forget that we knew it was Conor McGregor's bar.
We did, yeah.
And leading up to it, you had made the joke on Two Bears, I think it was, about like, oh, I can beat up Conor McGregor, right?
I said I could beat up Nate Diaz, definitely.
Oh, Nate Diaz. So, but the whole time leading up, me and Bert are joking like, I mean, if Conor's there, I mean, listen, I'll help you out. Like, you get the first shot, I'll come out. He'll never.
I'll give him the business.
I'll give him the business.
How bad could it be?
How bad could it be?
That's what
could
I
have
kept
been
saying.
horrible.
Yeah. How bad could it be?
I could take a shot from
We
it.
get to the bar, we see a Rolls Royce out front, and I was
Parked
like,
right out front.
I was like, no fucking way.
Nope. I said they park it there. I guarantee you, he parks it out there every night so that people think he's in there. And I actually
You did not believe that he would be there.
No. I was like, I go, ooh. I actually, on my thing, I was like, ooh, someone's Rolls Royce is here as a joke.
Yeah.
I did not notice the energy outside the bar.
Yeah, they were waiting for you. They were waiting for you.
They were waiting for me.
The minute we pulled up, they ran inside.
The manager, who I'd recognized from their Instagram, looks a lot like my buddy Miles Mosley. He grabbed me and he goes, so good to have you. So good to have you. We got a table put away in the corner for you. You going to have dinner? And I said, yeah, I'll probably have dinner. And he goes, what are we drinking tonight? And I said, whiskey. I said, I want Connor's whiskey. He goes, do you want to meet the boss man? And I said, oh, fuck yeah. And he goes, well, I'll introduce you to the boss tonight. And I thought he's going to introduce me to the general manager or someone else. That's what I figured.
But why the fuck would you want to meet the general manager?
I thought it was just to say thank you.
This is
Also, that was the general manager.
This is the foremost regional manager of the TGI Fridays in the San Bruno area. Like,
I just figured that was what was happening. And so we sit down and he goes, so here's how it's going to go. We'll bring them over. Everyone, cameras ready. Get your cameras ready. We'll bring them over, get a couple pictures. Do you want to wear the belt? And I went, who are you talking about? And he goes, the boss. He's right there. And I look over my shoulder and I see Conor McGregor. And by the way, I'm probably misremembering how this happened.
The look on your face was priceless.
But I fucking lost it. And I went, Conor McGregor. And now old menopausal Manzi is just like, Conor McGregor's here. By the way, I will say that the coverage of this moment wasn't so great. Everyone had their cameras out, but it was interesting what everyone was covering, because most people were like just shooting Conor, and then it was so weird, and like even the pictures were like just like honestly, everyone
was starstruck.
Everyone was starstruck, and it's so bad that, and I go, I wish we had covered that better, but you go whatever. And then even when I had a second opportunity to hang out with him, I couldn't operate my camera, and I'm the best at getting my camera out and getting shit content. Mm-hmm. And I got fucking shaky. And I've seen so many people do it with me where they're like, hold on, and they're shaking.
And they're freaking out.
Yeah.
And I freaked out, and I have a video of me going, hold on, never mind. I'm gonna get a picture. And then Conor grabbed my camera and started taking pictures. And I was like, thank you so much.
When he walked over, all that energy of like, how bad could it be was immediately washed.
Yeah, everyone was like,
and
he's
it was
huge.
like, okay, it could be very bad.
Yeah.
Describe Conor McGregor.
I'm going to say his shoulders probably span from Berlin to Munich. Like, his shoulders are so wide. You think he looks short? He's not short.
Not at all.
No.
He's not short. He's not slender. The guy is a tank. He's a tank, and he's got a full smile on his face, which makes it even scarier.
In a suit.
Full smile with a big chin.
Big chin. Big fucking suit. He walks
and
like
he's
that.
thick from front to back.
Yeah.
And he was like shadow boxing in the corner.
Yeah,
So
that
like
was-
seeing how fast his hands move, you're like,
There was no way I could, dude. I could.
He was also expoing in the kitchen a little bit. He just like putting parsley on stuff.
Yeah. No, his suit. His suit was.
He was a food runner.
His suit was like it made me say. I said to Pete, I want to buy a nice jacket, like not a blazer, but a nice winter coat, because he had the nicest everything was like fitted perfectly to him.
I mean, he looked dialed in.
He looked like $1 million.
Yeah, he did.
Looked like $1 million. Touched his arm hard as a fucking rock.
Did you touch his arm?
Oh Yeah.
I didn't touch his arm.
I touched all of them. And then
And they were busy Googling how much he sold his whiskey company for.
Yeah. And then he comes over and he's the sweetest guy. Fucking night. He goes, hey, thanks for coming. He goes, so what are you doing here? I said, doing shows. He goes, where are you doing shows? And I said, the 3 Arena. And he freezes and he goes, 3 Arena? And I said, yeah. And he goes, you sell it out? And I said, yeah, I sold it out. And he gets in close. He goes, we both sold out the 3 Arena. And I went, shut up. And I'm like, such a cool moment. And then he goes, get some pictures. So we get a couple pictures. And then I rip my shirt off. And the bodyguards are like, woo. And the manager's like, nah, I Googled him. This is what he does.
Oh, yeah. Because
Isn't it weird that you and Conor McGregor both did it with your shirts off, too? That's like 2 things.
Well, he's been in that bar a lot with his shirt off. So I was hoping, but he's in a suit. So I take a couple pictures with my shirt off. First thing I do, I sit down, I texted to Joe. Joe's like, tell him I said hi. And I was like, I will. And then he came by and he said, I can't remember how it went, but I think he goes, tell Joe I said hi. And I said, Joe just texted me, said hi. And he goes, tell him I'll see him again real soon. And I was like, oh, and it was nice because they were like beefing. And then the interesting part of the story is that like we go and then he sits with his family, they have dinner, we have dinner. One of the best steaks I've ever had in my entire life. I will say that if you're going to have a steak and possibly have a chance of running into the greatest cage fighter that's ever lived, one of the best cage fighters, if not the best cage fighter that's ever lived, but by far the most entertaining cage fighter that's ever lived, it is a great place to have the best steak in your life and possibly run into him. Yes. Because that steak served on a hot rock, so they cook it rare, served, which I like, served on a hot rock, but what it was fun was that when you get to the center of a steak and it's even a little more rare, you could sear it. Yeah. And I thought to myself, I'm going to get a hot rock next time I make a steak for Isla. And I'm going to let her have it on her hot rock and she can cook it the way she wants it. It was a fucking amazing steak. Honestly, my mouth's watering. Probably the best steak. And I had a couple steaks this run. The best steak I've had.
A couple? We had a couple at lunch yesterday.
Yeah. I've been eating steaks like crazy.
A couple at a time.
Yeah, a couple.
It was fucking phenomenal. So then I go to the bathroom and I run into those young ladies, Yuva and her friend. And they've already taken a picture with Conor McGregor. Now they wanted to just meet me. They just met Conor McGregor, and Conor made a beeline to them because they're adorable fucking young ladies. And he made a beeline to them, gets a big picture with them, like a bunch. And then I go over, I take a picture with them, and I start taking pictures with fans. And
you get mobbed a little bit.
I get mobbed a little bit, and Conor just fucking bowls over and goes, let's fucking do this. And everyone starts getting pictures with me and Conor McGregor. Like, it was the fucking coolest. And then he comes over to me, we do pictures, and then I pull him aside. I'm like, I have to say thank you. This has been an amazing fucking night. And he's like, oh, you're the best comedian that's ever lived. And I was like, no, you don't say that. And he was like, better than Joe, better than Tom, better than...
And he took Kevin Hart off the highlight reel.
Put you right in there.
Put you in there.
No, he was very sweet.
He was, like,
he was nice. They were very hospitable.
And
they let all of us hold the belt too.
Yeah, they brought the belt out for us.
Yeah, which I thought was really cool. That even the non-headliners got to have a moment with that thing. That was pretty fun.
That was fun.
I will say that the most regrettable picture I took was with Maggie McGregor, Conor's mom, and she wanted to stand on a step so that we were the same height, roughly. And so that put me on a step in front of her. So I was about 8 inches standing in front of her. And she is a small, a small Irish woman. And I look like I'm about 400 pounds.
Buddy,
do you have that picture, man? Yeah. Let me see it.
Every bit of footage
Look at me and Maggie McGregor. I look like I'm fucking massive. I look like Andre the Giant.
It looks like she was inserted in that.
That's the cutest thing I've ever seen.
It looks like she was inserted into that Photoshop.
It almost looks like you're holding her with one arm. Yeah. Like a ventriloquist dummy.
It's fucking... Anyway, that was... and what's crazy is I had said, and I thought I said it, maybe I said it on a podcast, but I thought I said it on Instagram. My 2 things, I wanted to party with Liam Gallagher and Conor McGregor. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden that happened. It came to fruition. And I was like, you push it in the universe. You push it in the universe.